real quick, I didn't say, okay, so I'm gonna edit the video right now, and I forgot to say why I'm not including a picture or video of him is because I kind of got a reality check by someone, and basically they explained to me, you know, like, oh, I would expect you to understand how they feel because I was once in the closet, and, you know, I would freak out too and stuff, and, you know, that's, you know, who am I to do that to someone? So that's the short version. Yeah, so I kind of got my morals in check. So I'm not gonna do that. And yeah. Hey everyone, it's Anthony Spades. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I came on a little tea run because today we are going to spill some tea on my favorite subject, straight boys. Okay. The definition for quote-unquote straight in the world, I guess, is a girl that likes boys or boys that likes girls, right? We know that. But it's very funny and interesting when, you know, a straight quote-unquote boy starts talking to you. So let me explain how this situation that I've been posting a lot about it, right, on Instagram. So let's explain how this situation came to be and how I got involved with the straight boy. So basically, this is what happened. I was at Ross with my friends Alondra and Ale. I had convinced them to go to Ross because I needed a shirt for an event that was happening that Saturday because I was going somewhere and I really needed a dressy shirt ASAP. What I didn't know was that ooh, look at that shine. What I didn't know was that day would be important day in my life to the point where it is now, because this situation got me in a handful of little problems. So we're at Ross and my friend Alondra had just gotten heartbroken. Ooh. Not that day, but I think it was like that week. You know, me trying to be a good friend, I scouted the store, you know, for any like cute guys, you know, me assuming they would all be straight. Any cute guys that were in the store, so like, you know, we could maybe encourage her to go talk to them. So I did that. And I see this one kid, and he had his AirPods on. He wasn't dressed the cutest. I was wearing like a regular t-shirt, gym shorts, long socks, and chanclas, sandals. So it wasn't like a very cute fit, but he himself did look pretty attractive. And I tell Ale and Alondra about it. And Alondra, in her state of mind, for some reason, found it a good idea to basically say, oh, who are we looking at? The guy with the AirPods, really loud, to the point where he turns around, and her being like 5'2" gets to hide in between the clothes, and my friend ducks down. But me being 6'2", hiding isn't that easy. So I pretend like I'm minding my own business or whatever, you know, just continue shopping. It's not until that day later on, when I had already finished paying, where I was like, you know what, let's go, I'm tired. It wasn't until then that my friend was like, you know, maybe I should go talk to him. And I'm like, bitch, I've been saying go talk to him this whole entire time. And so me and my friend are trying to encourage her, but she doesn't want to go. And then we're already outside of the store, and we come back, and then it looks like they're gonna go talk to him, but then they don't. And so I'm just so tired of it at that point that I'm like, do you want me to go talk to him? It's for you, it's not for me. You know what I mean? Because at that point in my life, I wasn't even looking for anyone at all. So keep that in mind. I was not looking for anyone. But it's so funny because what ends up happening, you'll find out. I'm trying to go up to this boy, and this boy had a kid in his hands, like taking care of them while the mom shopped. And I noticed the closer I'm trying to get to this boy, the boy, you know, keeps getting farther down the aisle. And I'm like, it looks so weird because I'm literally like fucking chasing this boy in Ross because he's going this way and I'm like right behind him, and he turns and then I turn. And to the point where I like corner him, and I tell him, I'm like, my friend thinks you're pretty attractive. Can I have like your Instagram phone number or something? And he was like, yeah, sure. And literally as he says, yeah, sure, he's almost dropping this kid that he has in his hands because he's trying to take out his phone. He gives me his Snapchat and he says, take a picture of it. And I was like, okay, I'll take a picture of it. Because I was trying to give him my friend's Snapchat. I was like, oh, hold on, let me find her Snapchat. And he was like, no, just take a picture of mine. And I was like, okay. So I take a picture of his. Outside of the store, my friend adds him, whatever. We go home. It was a long day. And I think nothing about it. Nothing. It's not till I'm home, you know, probably 3 hours after that happened, that my friend Alondra calls me and says, yo, he asked for your information. And I was like, he asked for my information? What do you mean? And she said that he texted her saying, my gay friend thinks your friend's cute. Can I have his Instagram and Snapchat for him? Bitch. First of all, how the fuck does your friend even know about me at that moment in time when he didn't see me? Wait, and why would you have a gay friend? Okay, like, not saying a straight guy can't have a gay friend, but you know, usually that means something else. So I'm just like, huh. Oh, obviously she has my information, so she gives it to him, and he ends up following my Instagram. I know who he is, so you know, when I see it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is him. I had sent a message saying, hey, aren't you the guy from Ross? And in that point, he DMs me back saying, yeah. And then he was like, add me on Snapchat. And I was like, what's your Snapchat? Because, bitch, I deleted that picture right after, like, my friend got his Snapchat. So I was just like, what? He sends a Snapchat, I add him on Snapchat, and he unsends his messages on DM. And I'm just like, okay, interesting. And so we started texting on Snapchat, and he's still texting my friend and asking, what you doing? I'm doing this, I'm doing that. He doesn't know that I know all this information. We're both texting him at this point, and I'm just like, you know, I'm not gonna fight my friend for a guy, you know what I mean? I'm not. We're texting, and then he tells me, he's like, you're pretty cute. And I'm like, first of all, that day I looked so ghetto and so crappy, but I was just like, okay, interesting. Obviously, you guys know that I thought he was cute because in the situation I was looking for someone cute for my friend. You know, obviously I thought he was cute. And so I was like, huh, okay. So I kept it going because I had told my friend, I was like, let's just see like what ends up happening. And he tells me, long story short, he tells me he's bi, and I'm just like, interesting. But why do you keep texting my friend and texting me? Keep talking and whatever, and then my friend tells me that he starts getting dry. And I'm like, that's interesting because with me, he's not dry. Not that I'm trying to be shady or anything, I'm just saying, like, with me, he's not dry. And she wasn't even in a hurry to look for someone, and I wasn't even looking for someone, so we were both kind of like, whatever happens, happens. Like, we were unbothered by the situation. So I think they stopped talking, and we continued talking, and then I think 2 days or 1 day into texting, we plan to meet up already. I don't know what exactly I was expecting from a meetup with someone that I had just not even met, like just texted. But long story short, the first day we met up was a Tuesday because I worked that day in the afternoon, and we were gonna meet up at night. He texts me. He says this, bitch, can we give each other head tonight? And I was like, huh. So at this point, I don't really know what to expect from him. I was kind of just thinking maybe this dude just wants to hook up or whatever. And I was just like, oh, you know, maybe like that's it. I don't know. But just to give you an image of, like, you know, at that point, what was I supposed to think? Because what could I think, you know, from that message? And so we meet up that night, and he was like 20 minutes late, and I was deadass about to leave. I remember him texting me, and keep in mind, I'm 16 years old. This boy is 15 years old, a year younger than me. Not that he looks a year younger than me, although I look pretty older myself. I see where he's at. He's at a fucking bar drinking. And I don't know how the fuck he's in a bar. Maybe it's like one of those restaurants where there's a bar there. But he's sitting like at the bar and like saying thanks to someone for the drink. And so I'm like, okay, so this bitch is lagging 20 fucking minutes and it's like 8 or 9. And I'm just like, I worked already. So I'm just like, by the way, I fucking Ubered there too. So I wasted my money. It was late. I was tired and I still waited 20 minutes for him. Long story short, he comes. He doesn't smell like alcohol, thank God, because I mean, that would have been just a complete turnoff. But the first thing I noticed about this kid is that I call him kid just because he's a year younger than me, just to make me feel like I'm in a higher standard. Although I may not be, but just this kid, the first thing I noticed is that he can't shut the fuck up. Like, he literally is talking and talking and talking and saying, oh, like, my friend, this and that, oh, like, oh, and like on his phone, like, oh, did you know that, oh, blah blah blah, oh, blah blah blah, like, so nervous. And I'm just like, at first I thought it was cute, and then I'm like, okay, why can't he shut up? Like, he's broken. It's not until I kiss him that he shuts up. So that happened. I'm gonna skip the middle part just because it's irrelevant to where the ending gets a little more interesting. Oh, that's cool. Oh my gosh, everyone. Okay.
Hi.
Hi. Oh my gosh, your toy. Your toy. Okay, so I switched locations and you're occasionally gonna hear my niece and my nephew, so don't mind that, but I'll continue with the story right now. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna skip the whole entire middle part just because I feel like it's irrelevant to the actual ending of the story. Things were going like really great and everything, and what I really liked about him was the fact, oh, by the way, I never gave him a name, like a fake little name, so I think we can just name him like Alan. I don't know, like, you know, something simple. So basically, he would always make me laugh. Alan would make me smile, and like, when I say laugh, okay, like, I laugh a lot, but he would like really like bring out the ugly laugh in me, and like just a laugh where, I don't know, like when I'm with my friends and that type of laugh, and that, like, I would feel that comfortable and stuff. And so it was just very like real to me in the little bit of time that all of this was happening. Okay, I have only like, I've said I love you to guys before, you know what I mean? But, and I'm not saying that I didn't mean it, but you know, like, what is love, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's almost like a figure of speech that to tell the other person that you like really care about them, not necessarily like, you know what I mean? Like, I love you, but it's like I love my nephew, and like a way where I would, you know, if he were in trouble in any way, like, I would help him, like, you know, like family. When I say I love you to a guy, it usually just means that I really care a lot about them and that they make me happy. But I've only ever said I love you twice to someone in which I literally felt like I would take a bullet almost. Like, I literally, like, I like so much more care than any other person. And that was my second relationship ever. So I had one boyfriend, my first ever one. My second one, which was in the summer of my 8th grade to freshman year in high school, and I actually really loved him, and every time I said, like, he was the first one to ever meet my family, like, it was just like, I full of firsts and everything. Like, I just like, and we're still friends to this day, and I still care a lot about him. And it's like, when I said I love you to him, I know I meant it in a way where, like, I would literally, like, I didn't want to lose him. That's a whole separate story on why we did break up and stuff, and it was entirely my fault. So, you know, But with him, with Alan, I also felt that way. And you know, I've had talked to plenty of guys in between, and I have been with like a few before him, like actual relationship, and I also said I love you, and I didn't mean it in the way that I meant it when I said it to him. So that's just to give you an idea that I like really fell for this kid really quick. And we would always text, like I said, always we would do like late night phone calls and this and that, and I would waste, literally, that's something that I hate about myself, that I take it upon myself to take the lead of any like relationship that I kind of start. Like I'm always like, oh, like can we hang out, and like I'll try to make anything possible. I'll like Uber myself, I'll Lyft myself, I'll pay money. Like I will literally waste so much money just to go see someone that I really care about. Like other guys that I've talked to, I didn't try that hard. Like if it was a no, like it was a no. But with him, I would literally try to do anything. I would Lyft him, I would Uber him, I would Lyft myself, and I would waste so much money, up to like $20 per, like $10 to $12 there, $10 to $12 back to where I live, and then like an extra $5 to Lyft him and send him back home. So like $10, only like $30 plus if we ate something. Like I would just spend a lot of money. And so after that, things were great. Like I said, I would just like, I would fucking have the time of my life with him. And one day his mom got sick, and we were literally messaging each other as he got the news that his mom was sick. He ended up saying something along the lines where like we moved too fast, or things went too fast, and you know, he's only gonna focus on his mom, like he can't do this and stuff. And like I get it, because I can never imagine my mom in that position, but I, you know, don't blame him. I would probably do the same thing if I was in his shoes, you know, or probably not. Like I was like trying to make excuses for him, like saying like it's okay because his mom. But at the same time, I'm like, but if that ever happened to me, I feel like having someone to support you, just behind you and holding your shoulder and kind of giving you advice and being there for you, would be so helpful. And that's what I was willing to do, but that's not what he wanted. And when he said that we moved too fast and like all of this and that, and I was just like, everything that we had done up until that point was because of him. Like I would go see him and everything because he wanted to hang out. Like obviously I wanted to hang out, but he would always be like, oh, like I miss you, like this and that, like you know what I mean? Like it was for him. Like I would never try to speed something up, or you know, like do something to make him feel uncomfortable in any way or anything. And I really liked that kid, and I felt destroyed. I felt like I had just lost my best friend, almost. Like like I felt like I had known that kid for so long, and I don't know what exactly it was about him. I just know I really liked him so much. And then fast forward to, he still wanted to be friends. And I was already kind of previously sad because I could never show him off because he wasn't out. I could never, like, he would always be worried when we hung out, because I would always go to his city. He'd be like, oh, like what if someone sees me, this and that. Like he would always be like on guard, you know what I mean? Oh, and this is my sister, by the way, if you want to say hi, Cynthia. He would always be like on guard and stuff, and so I always felt like, not like a secret or anything, but I just always like, I always felt that I couldn't share him. And so when he just wanted to be friends, I was just like, what does that even mean? Like, you don't want to do this, you know, you only want to focus on your mom, but you still want to be friends. And I'm just like, you know, I wasn't entirely sure if that was the whole reason he didn't. I just wasn't entirely sure if that was the reason as to why he wanted to like stop, you know, talking or whatever. Because I'm like, if you're still gonna have me if you're still gonna have me as a friend, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of why you said that you didn't want to talk because you didn't want to be distracted? You only wanted to focus on your mom, obviously, which I all understood, and I never made it complicated for him. And then like I felt sad, you know. And then there was like a few instances, two that I remember, where I had one posted on my Instagram story, which if you don't follow me, it's Anthony Spades, where I basically posted, asked me questions, and he asked me, he was like, are you talking to other people? Do you not like me anymore? And I was like, but you literally just told me, you know, this, and I'm just like, what? And another instance where he had posted this thing where it's like, oh, send me a blue heart if you think I'm cute, send me a red heart if this and that. And I was like, if he's gonna post that, I'm gonna repost it. And I reposted it on my story, no shame, and he sent all the hearts. And I was like, I didn't get it. I don't know if I'm stupid, I didn't get it. Then I haven't talked to him a lot. I have seen him since then, and it's mostly never, like, ever since then I've seen him like twice, and in those two instances, you know, everything feels like it was before, but I know it's not. And you know, ever since he said let's just be friends, the texting has been drastically different. Before it was like always like he would text back like this, and that's what I liked, because honestly I don't like being lagged on. You can say I'm weird or whatever. I'm not saying, you know, text me every single second of the day, but when we do text, I don't like being lagged on. And you know, I am such a bad texter, and I never even text my friends and this and that, and I'm literally giving attention to this person that kind of didn't even deserve it. And after the 2 times we hung out, I thought things would be different. I thought, oh, you know, maybe me showing him like how much I still love him, like nothing changed. Still so dry texting like how I told you in the beginning, he would text my friend, and I was like, oh, but he would text me all like good. It wasn't like that anymore, and I just knew something was like so different. And I tried making excuses for him. I tried saying, you know, it's because of his mom, it's because of this and that. But he would even post like, oh, who's going to the party on Friday, this and that, swipe up for the Addy or something like that. And he was still living his life. So I was like, it's obviously not that. It has to be like, you know, I started thinking, am I not enough for him? Maybe he doesn't like me anymore. It's like, and I was like, why am I beating myself up over it? And I'm just like, I was like, you know what, I'm done, because why am I gonna care for someone still and worry and be there when they don't care about me? And he says it's, oh, because it's hard, you know what I mean, that he's going through something, this and that, like, why can't I understand? Why am I being problematic? Why am I getting mad? I don't think I'm in the wrong position where I was like, you know, being too much or something. I would always say my feelings, and I would always tell him how I felt. And if that was too much for him, and if I was in the wrong for doing so, I don't think, you know, that was ever a healthy relationship to start with. And, you know, that's pretty much the whole story. I want to say it's a bisexual thing where they're just maybe so complicated. I don't know. You know, when I date gay guys, it's like, it's just so easier. It's like, well, it's still kind of problematic, not, you know what I mean? Because obviously I haven't felt like this since way back on my second relationship. So obviously something went wrong with them. And, you know, with him, it was just so different. And then it all changed so fast too. So, I don't know, it kind of sucks. And that was my experience with the quote-unquote, like, straight dude. And I know I was like, oh, maybe it's someone else, like there's someone else in the picture, because I know, like, literally when I would hang out with him, girls would hit him up, send him nudes left and right. And, you know, he was a pretty attractive person, so I didn't blame him. but I just, you know, always in the back of my head, obviously in anyone's relationship, you know, you're gonna think, you know, they could be with someone else, but it's all about trust. And obviously I did kind of trust him, but after everything changed and stuff, and I trusted him with my heart and stuff, like, it didn't go well. So I was just like, you know, there could be someone else, and I'm in the right position because I haven't been proven that the trust I'm giving is well deserved. Does that make sense? If you're gonna take anything from this video, is that this bisexual in particular was confusing, and that never make excuses for someone else. Like, if it's not happening, it's not happening. If things aren't going well, it's not going well. And if you're putting your heart and soul into a relationship or a friendship or anything, and you're doing everything in your power to like be there and stuff, and it's still not working out, just drop it. Because, you know, a relationship or a friendship goes both ways. If that shit isn't being reciprocated, bitch, bye. And I know that I wasn't gonna continue to waste time because, you know, I do have, you know, other guys that are like trying to text me, but I don't just talk to anyone. So it's not like I'm saying, oh, you know, I'm not gonna waste time anymore because I have someone else. Like, no, I'm saying because I'm putting myself in a situation where I don't give myself the opportunity to find someone else because I was so hooked on him. And I think that's a toxic way of thinking, because if I'm not even gonna be, you know, if all I'm gonna get is a WYD, what you doing, a day, and then get lagged on for 2 hours and be like cool about it, I'm not gonna do that shit, because I should respect myself more than the other individual before even, like, you know? That's pretty much my story time. I don't know if I bored you guys or if you liked it, but if you did like it, please leave a thumbs up and share and subscribe. If you haven't seen my last video of like all my outfits and stuff where I was being a little bad beat, please go make sure to go see it. I worked really hard on that video, and I had never edited something like it. I'm really proud of it. So if you haven't seen it, please go check it out. And I am going to upload my friend's the video I recorded of her and edited, where it's like the more female outfits. So I'll be uploading it soon for sure. I'm not sure today with this video or after this video. And then I'm also gonna upload the mukbang that I promised, because I do have it and I just haven't edited it. So it's all coming. So 2 videos soon after this one, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. But anyway, my life is so complicated. Bye.